And Mary, that emergency closure order issued on Monday, it clearly caused cleanup crews to act fast because as of tonight, all the debris, all the tents are now gone. The loaded trucks went out one by one. Also, neighbors like Krista Janisic could finally regain a sense of safety.
Drug use, I've witnessed stabbings, car break-ins. I was not even here 24 hours when my car was broken into.
Yet in this crime hotspot, WSDOT says it was these fires that worried them the most. KOMO covered each one extensively, with 4 happening in the last month alone.
It's pretty alarming. I don't want to take my 6-year-old out. The things he's seen already.
For that reason, WSDOT issued an emergency closure order with dozens of people dismantling this controversial crime-ridden camp. The calls for action growing for more than a month.
I think we actually need to have better outreach by social agencies within this area. The people who work for us in the city need to listen to us.
By day's end, 9 truckloads of stuff had been hauled away. Still, people like Krista say they have seen all of this before.
It happens every so often that they clear it out, but it doesn't last.
Since January, 14 large fires popped up here in this, a homeless hub in the heart of Seattle that may now finally be gone. And regarding the people who lived there, we asked WSDOT what happened to those folks, where they went, how many accepted help. This time we're still waiting to hear back from them, but when we get answers, we'll be sure to let you know at home. Coming to you live from Seattle tonight, Ryan Sims, KOMO News.
Eric, the nurses union, tells us the psychiatry and behavioral medicine unit seems like a combat zone. Nurses provided us a long list of horrific examples of violence they tell me they deal with every single day. They're demanding that management address it with more staff and also heightened security.
You're just running from crisis to crisis to crisis, and the hope is that we could be proactive in our care.
Charge nurse Amy Lanson says right now the psychiatry and behavioral medicine unit at Seattle Children's Hospital is overwhelmed.
We're seeing more increase in violence and less ability to kind of meet that violence because of our lack of staffing and resources.
The nurses union says Seattle police even had to intervene earlier this month after patients turned over carts, used a pole to swing at people, broke windows, and held a nurse in a chokehold.
Staff are frequently being sent home due to injury.
Braden Shander and Lanson are among staff who sent a letter to the unit's executive leadership. They're demanding boosted security and more nurses. The nurse-to-patient ratio set to a max of 1 to 8, and double the overtime pay rate given the current staffing and turnover crisis, among other things.
We're going to be able to maintain better patient care, have more retention of staff.
The hospital, in an emailed statement, acknowledged the youth mental and behavioral health crisis. They say over the last few months, they've brought in extra staff and security and is seeking more travel nurses.
It's not meeting the crisis we're at this point.
Nurses emphasize they do not want to further stigmatize mental or behavioral health, saying some of the violent behaviors are expected, but they can be better managed with more supports.
This is how they've learned to communicate, and typically when we're well-resourced, more well-staffed, we're able to meet those behaviors.
And nurses tell me they have noticed the work the hospital has been doing in recent months, but that it still doesn't meet all of their needs. They plan to meet with hospital management on December 13th. Of course, we'll keep you updated about those talks. For now, reporting in Seattle, Jackie Kent, KOMO News.